What do you think on the social norm skinny equals pretty? Has it affected you in any way?
Yes.
How has it affected you?
Pues, ay, solo sé cómo explicarlo. Tipo, I don't know, tipo, ¿cómo se dice hace 2 años?
2 years ago?
Tipo, 2 years ago, I like starved myself because I want to be tipo skinny, so I could be pretty.
And why is that? Do boys have any influence in this, or society, or who?
I think boys, because they said people, I wasn't pretty enough, and society because they put like models people really skinny, and that's like being pretty.
Have you been in diets?
Yes, many times.
Are you in one right now?
Yes,
And why are you in a diet?
because I want to be skinny.
And why do you want to be skinnier?
Because I'm constantly surrounded by people who are pretty skinny, so I want to be skinny like them.
I think that this problem of, or this pressure that girls feel to be skinny is something that is more of this generation, of the millennials specifically, and it started with social media, and it affects them dearly because they never feel good enough. Girls are always trying to compare themselves to the images that they see on social media or in TV or in magazines, or even to their friends or their friends who have social media, and they feel that they need to be this stereotype to be able to be successful or happy or fulfilled. So they spend a lot of this time worrying about how they look and worrying about what they eat, and not really fulfilling their potential in all the other things that they could be doing with that time, or even this peace of mind that comes with accepting who you are.
At what age did you start worrying about your self-image?
Probably when I was like in 9th grade, I started worrying about my body. More like when pool parties began like being a thing, and in the summer, and you met with people, and I was very worried all the time that my friends were skinnier than I was, or that I didn't have like a good body or whatever, so I started like dieting like that, probably 9th grade.
What do you think of girls right now in 7th and 8th, that this norm has affected younger girls like every year as the years progress?
I think it's great that people want to be healthy, and that they are like working towards a healthier body, and that they want to exercise and they want to eat good, because that's very good for yourself, for your sanity and your body. But I don't like that they worry to do it for someone else, because if you want to be healthy, it should always be for you and not for anyone else. And I think that's what worries me. If they are happy like being healthy, then that's great. But if it gets to a point where you're not happy with what you're doing, or if it gets you depressed, then it really worries me. And I hope that girls can understand that what really matters is what's inside.
And you have 2 small daughters. How does this worry you that it could severely impact as years progress?
Actually, one of the main reasons that I joined the Health and Body community, or that I became a mentor, was specifically because of my daughters. My oldest is in 5th grade and my youngest is in 2nd grade. And I can see, as of today, the impact that it has. I have friends of theirs saying that they're fat, that they don't want to be seen in pictures or angles, and they see themselves too much in the mirror. And these are girls that are 10, 11 years old, and they shouldn't be worrying about that. At that time, you should still be playing with dolls or doing handicrafts or something that really makes you happy. Being happy, not worrying about how you look or the type of body that you have. And I think that they receive this message from early on, from many, even from parents. So it made me very aware of the vocabulary that I use in front of my daughters, and how I try to tell them to eat healthy and to be. For example, I never say to my daughters, "Oh, you're really skinny." I tell them, "Oh, you're really strong," or "You're really fast," or "You're very healthy." But I try not to use skinny and fat in my vocabulary in anybody. Not talking about anybody. Like, "Oh, there's the fat woman." That's the woman with the red shirt. I changed my vocabulary so that fat and thin are words that are not used in my house. And it's actually become to a point where it's taboo for me. If I see someone say that, it's offensive. Like when people used to say other type of words to refer to people with discapacities. The same thing happens to me when someone says, "Oh, that's a fat person." It makes me like boil up inside because they can see that's the only thing they see, and they're not seeing the potential that this person has.
What do you think on the social norm skinny equals pretty?
I think that the thing that influenced the most this norm is social media, because we always see like images on Instagram, like models, and like every mostly famous people are like skinny girls. And also I think parents, like the mothers, they're like they want their like girls to be like skinny and pretty, so since they're little they get into their minds and like, oh, don't eat that cookie, like things like that, so they influence a lot.
What age did you find yourself struggling the most to overcome this norm?
I think this norm started more when we were like in 7th or 8th grade, like when all the girls like started worrying about this. But right now, like I know girls that like since they're 10 or 9 like worry about this.